Hi there, good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show. So, we're here today to do an episode of new Prog albums, and the album I've chosen is called Through Zero by Elder. Elder's the name of the band. So, this was released on May the 26th, 2026. May the 29th, 2026. At the Biff Snuff Studios was where it was recorded. It's about 53, almost 54 minutes in length on the Blue Funeral Recordings label and produced by Richard Behrens. So the band includes Nicholas DeSalvo on guitars, vocal, and synthesizers, Jack Donovan on bass, Michael Risberg on guitar, piano, and slide guitar as well, and George Edert on drums and percussion. So there are 6 tracks on this album. All of them are long. I don't think there's only the one song that's under 6 minutes. Everything else is at least 8 minutes or larger. But it's a pretty solid album. Lots of symphonic sounds throughout the album. They use the synthesizers quite a bit. The guitar is very beefy, very heavy. I wouldn't call it a riffing type guitar. It's more of a continuous kind of heavy guitar part, and more of a rhythm sound than it is a lead sound, although they do have some lead guitar here as well. All right. Some piano throughout the album as well. Definitely some acoustic guitar as well. You've got a couple of guitars going at times. So obviously Nick's doing guitar on one and Michael Risberg is doing the other guitar. Now I don't know which one of them is doing electric and one's doing acoustic, or who's doing. I would imagine Michael Risberg does the acoustic because he also does the piano and the slide guitar as well. So anyways, pretty decent. The opening track is probably the best track on it. It's got some nice keyboards, some nice symphonic opening. Heavy rhythm section does kick in after the symphonic part to it. The guitar picking, it's in a more guitar picking mode. Very heavy, aggressive track. The song, after a bit of time, crescendos out, and you get this kind of a quieter bass-driven part with some organ in there as well. At least it sounds like an organ. It might be just a synthesizer that made the sound like an organ. I'm assuming that might be what it is. It does build again. The vocals kick in. Kind of a mid-range sound, but murky, not overly clear. Heavy synthesizer part with some guitars kick in towards the back part of the song. But overall, I think this is one of the better tracks. The song is called Sigil to Run, or Sigil to Run. It's a little over 10 and a half minutes in length, so a fairly lengthy track. What I would call I wouldn't call this an epic, I would just call this a long, if we're going to go with the Genesis analogies. So the next track is called Capture Release. Could be a police song, I guess. I don't know. Nice organ or organ synthesizer sound that's very symphonic at the beginning of this track. It does pick up tempo after a few minutes. It's catchy, single. Pretty single sounding stuff. Nothing multi-layered here, really. It does pick up pace with some nice guitar parts, some heavy, raunchy guitar towards the back half of the song, and it's a nice driving sound. The vocals are low and not really terribly memorable on this track. Next up, we have Through Zero, which is the title track of the album. Funny that they put it in third spot. It's kind of a weird place for it. It's a little over 9 minutes in length. Heavy but clear sounding. Lots of hard driving guitar here. It's got a little bit of a quiet section. The vocals are clear, but a bit polished. I think it sounds like they've been synthesized a little bit. More heavy parts throughout. The vocals are heavy but overshadowed by some different sounds going on in there. Rhythmic sounds, and it's got almost a spacey psychedelic feel towards the back part of the song too. And lots of heavy guitar throughout the track. So it's just a continuous heavy riffing sound. So we're going to flip over, do the back half of the album now. So the first song on the back half is about almost 11 minutes in length. I think it's the longest track here. Oh, I'm getting a little flashing here. Wonder what that's about. It's a nice, low, slow guitar part. Keyboards cut in are very symphonic in sound. The vocals are mediocre, mid-range, not terribly memorable in sound. The song does pick up tempo and does get a very symphonic sounding towards the back part. The guitar takes over and becomes a little bit of a fast, heavy guitar sound. And then it kind of trails off and you get this quiet symphonic sound at the end of the track. It's okay. It's okay. The next song is probably my least favorite on the album. It's a little under 9 minutes in length. Sight Unseen is the name of it. I think I forgot to mention the track before. It's called Strata. This one is Sight Unseen, a low, quiet, melodic synthesizer part with a guitar interlude, which lasts a fair bit of time. The percussion starts to grow in this particular song. Then you get some up-tempo keyboard, percussion, guitar part, all filling in there. After about halfway point, the guitar picks up and gets very heavy. Towards the end, it gets really beefy sounding guitar, like almost like takes over the song. And then you get this, just before it ends, you get this kind of quiet wind and symphonic and piano sound, like it's trailing off, Probably not. There's no vocals on this one, so it's kind of my least favorite of the tracks on the album. So the next, I'm getting flashing again. I'm not really sure what that's about. Blighted Age is the final track. It's the shortest track on the album as well, just under 6 minutes. A nice acoustic guitar part at the opening. The vocals are mid to high range, smooth, clear. A bit of a Floydish sounding vocal part to it. So it sounds like these could be vocalists for Floyd. Some odd percussion sounds and heavy drum beat. A bit of a psychedelic feel to this track as well. Lots of strong keyboard psychedelic parts on this particular track. So throughout the album, there are some areas where you get a bit of a psychedelic feel to it, but it's not overly dominant. And I'm sorry for the flashing. I'm not sure why they're doing that. They've not done that before. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of New Prog Albums. Please hit the like and subscribe. And if you want, you can make any comments about the album or anything else that you want to talk about in the comment section. And I'm going to let you go before it starts going full off flashing. Take care and have a good one. Goodbye here from the Prog Monster.